Your 48 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist Jeff Desnoyers.
Well, speaking of fishing, I'm pretty jealous of all the people in Decatur this morning doing some early morning fishing because look at this. This is absolutely beautiful. We got another beautiful glow right here. Just a great start to the day.
Yeah, a lot of sunshine in the forecast yesterday. I think today a lot of sunshine too. A little hot, a little warm for some of you out there with temperatures yesterday that were real close to 90. If you didn't make it to 90, right 88, 89. East Limestone right now. That is really beautiful. Just throw in that one little cloud to just make it look even better, because if you just had just all orange and reds, it would be boring, right? But just a beautiful look there in East Limestone, where it's another nice morning too. Temperatures yesterday waking up were in the 50s. It's about where we are again this morning. A few low 60s mixed in, but overall another really nice start to the day. The humidity's low. You go outside and it feels pretty good in the morning, and then that sunshine works its magic and really heats things up. But notice that the little pink bars are behind the red bars, and you say, well, I can't see the numbers, Jeff. That doesn't make any sense. Why do you show this graphic? Because what I'm trying to show you at home is that your air temperature is the same as the heat index, because you don't have a lot of humidity out there. So what you see is what you get. If you have a temperature in the upper 80s, it feels like upper 80s. If you have a temperature in the low 90s, it feels like low 90s. How often in July does it have a temperature of like 93 and it feels like 101? That is not the case with this kind of heat that we have in the forecast for this weekend. Satellite and radar, a few showers to the north, some heavy rainfall crossing over the Indiana-Kentucky state line. But notice as it moves south, not really the same pop. It's losing its oomph a bit as it moves south, but may maintain itself just enough that we got to keep a few showers in the forecast. We added them back on Thursday, I think was when Brad put them in the forecast, and that was a good call, because you can see as the forecast model brings them south, they do lose a little pop, but there's still a few that do make it to the Tennessee Valley. So you got to keep them in the forecast for sure. Whether it's this morning or early afternoon, a light sprinkle or shower. But what gets interesting though is that, and I can't turn my head away from this. My eyes want to look at this forecast model for tonight, because it's hinting at another little boundary that moves through in the evening. Not everybody's talking about this. It still looks like it's mainly quiet tonight, but if this plays out, this would be a huge busted forecast. So let's keep a few showers in the forecast for tonight, maybe even a little rumble of thunder. Could have a few downpours, but I think for the most part, especially if you're east of I-65, very little rain. If you're along 65 and west, you'd have slightly a higher chance. Whatever rain does materialize throughout the day and night, it's out of here by Monday morning. Therefore, sunshine, sunshine, sunshine for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Temperatures responding to that sunshine, and a little warmer than we were over the weekend, with highs getting up into the low to mid 90s and your overnight lows in the 60s. One thing I want to address on the 10-day forecast too, after that hot stretch of weather to start the week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, might be able to take that 20% for Thursday out of the forecast and push it into Friday and Saturday. There's a weak frontal boundary that's going to move through at some point at the end of the week. Might have to bump the temperature up on Thursday, because it looks like that boundary will move through on Friday now. What it means for you at home, it sparks a few little showers and it drops your temperatures back from the 90s into the 80s as we go into next weekend. Claudia.
All right, Jeff, thank you.